fourth and final product is iStaff, and iStaff is a rather unique product. It is really a staffing software meant for temporary and permanent staffing offices, and it's a very effective tool, as a lot of them are out there. However, the difference with our software, as all our products, we take it to the next level, and we did it here too. What we did was take your sort of everyday common staffing software, and we added not only iSales, iConnects, and iMeet to it. And now it becomes the most powerful staffing software in the world. Here's how iStaff works. Generally in the offices of temporary and permanent staffing offices, they have a rather small team of maybe 2-3 salespeople, 2-3 admin person, and a manager. Some will be a little bit more, but generally that's about the size for most of them. But here's how it works. For the sales part of it, we put the iSales into it. So what it does is the manager can decide who he's going to contact. He can say his database of 1,000, for example, customers or businesses that he can call on, and he can decide what percentage of that business he's going to call. There could be courtesy calls for established customers. There could be customers they've never talked to before, and customers they've talked to or just not interested in their services. And the manager can decide what percentage of his day of what those calls are going to be. There's nothing else on the market like that, and that's a very, very powerful tool because you've got control of who they're going to contact. And with all the tools that iSales has, they can control the data that they're sending out, the packages that they're sending out, even if they're printing and putting the brochures out, is tracked into your contact manager. So again, making it a very, very powerful tool. And we know about their time, where they're at. We know results of a meeting because they got the mobile app part of it. So it is a very powerful tool to get more sales. And we know that that's going to happen. And if the manager does a good enough job on working with his databases, then this tool is not only going to increase their business, but it's also going to be a sales tool for them, and I'll explain that a little later. Like any company, a staffing company wants to make sure that they maximize their database. They want to make sure that their sales staff are reaching out and talking to as many people as possible to make sure that they know about their services. And that's really an important part. One of the things that our system does using the iSales part of the iStaff is that the management can actually dictate what and who they are calling. They can actually even give percentages of the calls. They also want to be able to call some courtesy calls to established customers, but also to customers they've never talked to before, or perhaps customers that have been called many times. And that's really the power of the iSales part of it. The management really has a foothold of what exactly is happening, and he can streamline it to make sure that it's feasible, and then there is success on the method. And that's one of the great things about the iSales edition. Besides having the management manage their data flow better, another thing that our system has is the mobile app, which is also available in the iSales. And what that really does is it makes sure that they've got a record of everything that's happening with the sales guy that day. And once again, with the mobile app, all they have to do is do a predetermined code, and that code would automatically enter information right into the database and right into the contact manager as well. So immediately you have control of your whole database of all your potential customers and your customers as well. And they can actually even control who they're calling, whether it be regular customers, courtesy calls, customers they never have had, customers they never had meetings with. There's a lot of ways that the system really does an amazing job. And that's the part of the reason why the iSales addition into the iStaff part of it is amazing. Because what it'll actually do is down the road with all the ingredients that we're putting into it is that it will actually make companies that would want to buy this system, because what it'll do is it'll enhance their system because like a dentist, they don't want to have an empty seat in their warehouse, office, or wherever. They want to be able to make sure that they have the proper staffing. And that's one way that our system not only will increase the productivity of your sales staff, but will also increase the opportunities for those sales staff to sell the system.
And that's what's really great about the iStaff system. The really important thing about the mobile app is it gives you the freedom to dictate what your people are going to be doing, and understand that they're going to like it too, because it's going to be very easy to use. Simple code, whatever you predetermine as the code, is that it would come back and it would automatically enter the information into the contact manager. And if there's another appointment needed, it will automatically do that as well. So there's some really cool things about the mobile app, and it's a very, very powerful tool that will work hand in hand with the iSales applications as well. And the sales rep is going to like it too. Again, because it's taking away paperwork, and who doesn't hate paperwork? And that's one of the most important things. That's why users want to use our systems, is because we make it a little bit easier for them. And at the same time, management's getting the results that they want. Another really important thing about the iSales addition to the system, and along with the iConnects and the iMeet part of it as well, is that it will actually help sell the system, and that is probably the most important thing. Besides the fact that you're going to be more, there's going to be more productivity within using the system. But now, when you use this system and you tell the potential clients, whether it's a manufacturer, an office, construction work, or whatever, and you tell them that we have all these resources to not only make sure that we get people into your office, we also got to make sure that they show up to your office, and there's less empty seats like a dentist's office. And that's really, really important. And when they see how it works, they're going to be very impressed. Again, this is a system that's only available from iStaff, and that's really an incredible piece of software. So we're very, very proud of that. Most staffing management software contain the same type of tools, which includes resume parsing, includes accounting, invoicing, a number of different things that just help you manage your contacts and obviously your staffing as well. Where they sort of fall short is they depend a lot on the admin to do some of the day-to-day operations, and that's where iConnects even steps up further. So along with the iSales application installed in it, and of course the mobile app part, now the iConnects is installed, and making this even a more amazing piece of software. So now what happens is if you were to get a position, let's say for example, let's say you got two forklift operators that you needed to apply. You immediately put in the specifications, what was required, and then the system looks through all the resumes and finds people that are the proper candidate. Now, what it immediately does is it calls those people up, and it'll leave a voice message or transfer them to the receptionist, saving them all the time and effort of actually making those calls. It's actually done right then and there. And that's a pretty time-saving ordeal too, if you figure that if you have 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 or more these types of jobs going on a regular basis. And to be successful, you need that. So it's a pretty amazing tool. And so once the system has found the proper candidates, it's done, and it moves on to whatever the next task is. And of course, it can do them all at the same time. So that is kind of a key thing to it. But what we're very proud of is that it's not done yet. Here's what the system does after it's got a candidate. So if the person has a job and they're supposed to come tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, then it immediately sends them an email with a bus route, the map to the location, any important information that you have put onto the application, and it delivers it to them by email. What we also then do is that then it sends out a voicemail message, and the voicemail message gives them all the same details, tells them what time they're expected, who they're to report to, and all those things. And so that works extremely well. But then it even gives a little twist to it and says, hey, would you like a wake-up call? And the most important thing is to get that person to that office or that warehouse or that construction site the next day. And so just for us to say, hey, do you want a wake-up call? And they say yes, and then it says, we recommend this time, what time would you like? And they confirm the times, and that's basically it. So the next day, our system's still not done. Next day, it phones the person up at the proper time and says, hey, you're wanted a wake-up call. We hope you have a great day at work. Please let us know if there's anything we can do to make this job experience better for you, and that type of thing. But the system still isn't done, and this is where it gets really amazing. Is that then it calls the supervisor of where the place where the forklift people were going to be at, and it makes a call to him, and usually a cell phone, and says to him, okay, did candidate A show up, or whoever that her name was? And he would say yes, and so it would say, great. Did candidate B show up? And let's just say, for example, he didn't show up. Well, then in this case, it immediately sets up a whole bunch of protocols to make sure that we get that position filled as soon as possible. No matter what kind of systems you have, you are relying on people, so this is where our system makes the most of this, and we're very proud of that. So then it immediately calls the person that hasn't shown up and says, hey, there's a problem, and they can be immediately live connected to the on-duty supervisor or whoever it would be. But here's the big thing, is that it also calls the supervisor and says, hey, we got a problem here, and so he can be proactive. So again, this becomes one of those selling tools for the system, because any manufacturer or warehouse or a construction company or office or computer help will say, I don't want an empty seat. And so if you can have better tools to make me fill my seat, I'm going to be more happy. So, we'll never be 100% perfect, but 99.9%, and no other software can say that because of what we have. And it's an amazing tool.